What's up everyone? Welcome to our apartment tour. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am finally giving you guys the apartment tour that you have been asking for so many times. Nicholas and I have finally gotten the place to a place that we want to show it, and we feel like it's in a place that we're really in love with it, so we hope that you guys enjoy it, and I'm sorry it took so long, but yeah. Nick will be behind the camera and he will be making little cameos too. Should we just dive in? Sure. So this is right when you get in. We have indirectly made this corner our corner for packages when they come. We just kind of like sit them there until we decide we want to do something with them, and they're starting to pile up as you can see. But one day of like the week or the month or whatever, we go through them all and we find places. And then they're no longer there for like a day. Okay, should we start in the back and work our way up?
Sure.
Okay, let's go. We can start with the queen of the house. Hi, do you want to say hi to the camera? I'm sorry if we woke you up and you have stuff all over you. This is little baby Hudson. We just adopted her a few weeks ago. If you watched our last video, we talked all about it. I'll put it in the description box below if you haven't seen it. But she is quickly claiming this house to be hers.
Look how cute, huh?
What is that?
Aww.
Okay, so let's start with our back bathroom, which is our bedroom bathroom. We did a lot to it, so we're gonna go through it. So I feel like the first thing we have to admire is how much room there is in this bathroom. I feel like we don't admire it enough. Do you want to come? Do you want to do the tour with us, huh? But basically, this bathroom did not used to look like this when we first got here. This is our cupboard space, but the shelves were actually exposed, and it was just not cute, and all of this stuff was just showing everywhere, and so we added a little door to just kind of seal it off a little. Then with our vanity area, we actually added in the gold. It used to be like this really crappy silver, and we wanted something that was a little bit more like mid-century. And so then we also added this shelf, and we wanted to add these little hand towels instead of the ugly towel ring. There was a really, really ugly towel holder there, and we just did not like it. So we literally like ripped it off, and don't tell our management. We have this like random little nook, and we just filled it with a bunch of stuff that we honestly like don't touch. But I mean, it looks cute and it's there for something. I don't know what you would have used it for any other time, but that's what we're using it for. Okay, then we are moving into our bedroom here. I feel like you guys can finally kind of get the layout of how our apartment works. One thing to note is we have 3 sides of a building. When we found this place, we like literally, like, I don't know, Nick, we like fell to the floor that we were so in love with it. And the woman that was touring it for us was like, I think you're gonna like this one, and we like literally got in and we were like, where's the contract? Like, we will sign.
Honestly, what sold me was all the windows.
Yeah, there's 18 windows, which is the most windows I've ever had in my life, I think. We were really lucky to find this place, and it's really become our home. But moving on, we have the bedroom, which we kind of keep really free and airy. We want to do something with the back of the bedboard, like maybe make something cool with the wall or something, but another day. I keep all of my like favorite jackets and my favorite like bags and accessories here. I'm constantly grabbing different jackets, and so it's really easy when they're all exposed, and we ran out of closet space anyway, so.
I know, you have so many clothes.
My bag collection is quickly becoming something. I just got this little guy today from Korea. It's a cute little bag.
I love it.
I know, I'm so obsessed. I can't wait to wear it out finally. We wanted like a platform style bed to kind of go with the mid-century vibes, and then I found this mid-century bench off of Etsy. Some girl was like selling it in the UK, and she let me have it for a really awesome price. So if you're watching, I love you, thank you, because it literally makes our whole bedroom. And then we finally just got a brand new cactus, and as you can see, it is doing well, thank God. We really have adapted to cactuses in our house because we have killed very many plants. So we switched to plants that don't really need a whole lot of TLC. Okay, let's keep going. This is our first closet, and if you want to see the obsessive compulsive disorder basically that I have with organization, it is very real. Everything is the exact same height, and everything is also organized from denim, then color, and then trousers, and then color. And then the same with the shoes, if you can tell. I think that my favorite pair of shoes, if I had to pick one, would be these Calvin Klein 205 boots. They're very iconic. They're all over my TikTok and they're all over my Instagram. They're probably my favorite, one of my favorite things that I own in general.
I think they're my favorite boots too you have.
Yeah, they're just so cool. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Now this is a really cool part that I showed on TikTok a little bit, but this is our memory nook and kind of like our bar cart situation. Since it's been quarantine, our bar cart is slowly dwindling, so I'm gonna move things around a little bit. We have been collecting these like little memories for what, like
3 years?
3 years, about since we started dating, I mean, and we just always kept them in a box and we would go through them randomly and we were like, oh, this is cute. And then when we got here, we finally decided that we wanted to make something of them all, and we mounted them all on this big board and then had it mounted professionally onto this frame, and it just really honestly completes our space, and it's something that we love to look at. Funny story is we had it mounted completely perfect, brought it all the way home and hung it on this wall, and this one here just fell and you can't open it from the back, and so we literally had to take it all the way back to the framer, have them completely take it apart, and literally just to stick this guy back with better mount. And then so we quickly learned that sometimes the more expensive mounting tools are better. We also got this bar cart from a flea market. It's an old dentist cart, and we like cleaned it up a little. It was not looking the cutest when we got it, but we kind of just went into it with the idea of like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm pretty happy with it. I'm very obsessed with it. We've had it now for a few months and I love it.
Yeah, I think it matches our space so well.
Look how cute. Okay, now moving on into our kitchen. I love that you guys are finally literally getting this layout, because I feel like everyone's always like, where is this in your apartment? But this is our kitchen. We love the most that there's this massive island, and it was the selling point right when we walked in that we were like, we definitely want. We have so many friends, or well, we used to before quarantine, have so many friends over, and we would all just gather around or have dinner, or like, I don't know, we would hang out here before we'd go out and do something, and it was just such a nice meeting spot, and that's what I've always wanted, a place that everyone can gather and like hang out, and it has made my wildest dreams come true. One of the probably most seen things in this house is my hold and beloved Nespresso.
Oh my gosh.
If you don't know what this is, then like you have to be new here. But if you do, you know, you see it every single day. It's my baby. It has changed the way I consume coffee. And if you don't use Nespresso, DM me on Instagram, because you will after our conversation. Okay, let's move on. Do you guys want to see the fire escape?
Yeah.
Okay, so this actually isn't a fire escape anymore. They closed off the bottom floor, so if there's a fire and you go out this way, you won't get anywhere. But it's nice that we can now come out here and kind of like, come on. We can kind of like hang out here and just say what's up to people and just, you know, enjoy the city life that we live in LA. It's probably one of our most underused spots, but our most cherished spots. Then, oh yeah, so these all used to be like really ugly, what were they, like vanilla-y covers, and we found these really cool metal industrial covers at Home Depot, and we replaced them all, and I think that it literally like makes the industrial vibe so much nicer, and it just gave it a little facelift.
Can you do that again?
Okay, so then the island comes obviously with a bar, and we got 4 bar stools from some person off of Facebook Marketplace, and where was it? Thousand Oaks. We drove all the way to her, and she invited us into her home, and she was like, do you guys want wine and cookies and things? And we were just like, man, we just really want to get these stools. We drove an hour to get here. But yeah, it was great. I love looking on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or any of those things for items, because you can get really unique items, which we will get to when we get to the living room. All right, these are our brand new baby cactuses that we just repotted the other day, and it made a huge mess. But They are looking so good. We have one of Hudson's little toys. I know, look how cute they are. Okay, so now we're moving to the dining area, which is just like a little nook, honestly. We were actually super nervous when we moved in here and started the layout of the apartment. We didn't really know where we were gonna put this, and we were really nervous. And it's the heaviest table you will ever hold. And so we were really trying to figure out if we wanted to keep it or not, because we didn't know if it would fit. We almost let it go, but we decided that we wanted it, and we tried to do everything we could to make it work, and now it's here, and we love it, and we're very happy that we kept it, but it's a nice, like, big old marble table. And we got these cute little mid-century chairs to match it. They're literally the coolest chairs, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how they work, but they're cool. Then we just bought this little vintage pendant light from some guy off of Etsy. I love shopping on Etsy because I love seeing what unique things people make, and like you will not match anyone's apartment if you get them off of Etsy, and that's what I love. You can really make your space so unique. And we hung it from the little poles just because, you know, who has time to anchor in cement? Now we are gonna talk about the room of the house, I think, at least. This is my favorite room of the house. Like, the living room really, like, I don't know, it's the coziest, the most designed, the most, I don't know. Yeah,
we're
the most
always in there.
It's our favorite part of the house. We can start with our couch. We got this couch, it's vintage from the 1970s, and we got it from some guy in the valley in LA, and he has had it for so long, and he got it reupholstered, and I was actually going to have it reupholstered again because I wanted it to be like blue or green velvet or something really cool and funky, but he couldn't do it right away, and so I had to move it into the apartment I was currently in, and the guys who were moving it could not get it into the apartment, and so we messed around with it for like 3 hours and finally got it into the apartment. It was only 3 floors up, and once we got it in, that was it. There was no more reupholstering that was ever happening. The guy was like, I'm not taking this couch out of your apartment again. And so now it is brown, and it's been brown since. But it's an amazing couch. It can fit me completely. Okay, so we love to collect coffee table books. We have a ton of them. We have a bunch of like Toshin books. We have a Fire Island Pines book. One of my absolute favorites is the Jacques book of Marseille, where he grew up. The man is unbelievably talented, and the inspiration that he finds is crazy, and so it gets my mind going and thinking and doing a bunch of crazy shit. I want to show you guys something that is very exciting that actually comes out today, and it is on shelves today. It's probably on my Instagram already today by the time you're watching this. But this is the brand new issue of V Magazine, and if you open up the centerfold, you have 2 little people in there, and I honestly just can't believe it.
I love it.
And I honestly cannot believe it. We have 4 pages of their center spread.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy, right? Like, I cannot believe it.
Honestly, it's a dream come true.
Literally, this is probably like the biggest highlight of my career that I've ever had, and I honestly can't believe it. When they told me even about it, I couldn't believe it, and I still can't believe it now. And I had them send copies to my mom, and she couldn't believe it, and so it's a very crazy moment for us, and honestly, I can't believe it, and I'm so happy. All right, so these chairs are our Wasili chairs that we got from a guy also in Thousand Oaks, but he was an older man that collects mid-century furniture, and he's had these guys for over 35 years. And we didn't know like what they were gonna look like when we first went to go see them, and all we took was our little Mini Cooper that we have, and we pull up into his driveway, and he comes out and he's like, I hope you have a trailer coming because nothing's gonna fit in that little car. And so then he basically knew that we were going to have to figure out something, and so he was like, okay, come on in, and he literally showed us his whole house and just took us all back through the 60s and 50s of furniture that he's had for decades. And it was so cool. It was one of the most unique things I've ever seen. And it was just
like going to a museum.
Yeah, it was the most random person we have never met in our life, and we spent like 3.5 hours that day before we could get a truck to come take these back to our apartment. And he was so cool. It was such an experience. This is the biggest like dupe of our apartment, I feel like. Like everyone, when we show them, freaks out. But so this is a photo, obviously. But we had the back of the frame hollowed out so that when it comes off, you can see that it covers up our thermostat and our electric box. If you scoot back and see what it used to look like, it wasn't cute.
Yeah, that's ugly.
And so we wanted to do something, and so we had this frame made. It was such a cool idea, and I'm so happy that it worked out. Honestly, I had no idea how to do it when we were thinking of it, and the fact that it worked out and it looks like how it does is amazing. Also, this is Nicholas's photo, and most of our photos really are Nicholas's artwork. We like to showcase the talent that he has, and I mean, I'm in love with his photos, so we like to have them anyway. Like, I love having them, but this one was cool. It's a double exposure that he did on 35mm film. I was talking like you're literally not here.
Alright. Thank you, I'm glad you like it.
And this is our credenza that I had actually made right when I moved to LA. I knew I always wanted mid-century, modern, vintage style furniture, and so I had a new apartment and I wanted something that I'll have forever, and so I had this made out of like vintage wood, and I absolutely love it. It houses all of our favorite books. We have to keep it closed because the cat will jump back in there and then we won't find her for hours, but something that's really cool, these are Nicholas's hands made out of cast iron. They're also very small.
Oh my god.
We love everything vintage, so we also have Nicholas's old SX70 Polaroid camera. How do I open it again? I like that.
It's so cute.
We love to keep anything like vintage, especially creative things around the house. This is one of my prized possessions. I have the September issue of Vogue, and it is 2012. It was the year that I moved to New York City. It's also Lady Gaga, and it's also signed to me from Grace Coddington, and I met her at the Balenciaga store in New York, and at that time it was in the West Side, and then it got ruined by Sandy, rest in peace. But she was there and she was signing copies, and I just happened to stumble in and I got to talk with her, and I have a picture with her and everything, and it was honestly such a crazy moment. That was my first moment in New York that I was like, wow, this place is literally crazy, and I feel like there's no place on earth like it. And then underneath it we also have something that I searched for how long, Nick?
I mean, 3 months maybe?
Yeah, probably like honestly 3 or 4 months every single week on Google trying to find it. But this is the Loewe book that Jonathan Anderson, who, if you guys know me, is one of my absolute favorite designers. He created, I think, like 2,000 copies of this book. And it tells you which one yours is. Mine's 1259, if you want to zoom in right there. It's upside down, but
That's amazing. Wait, I had no idea.
yeah, and
Wow.
It's just a big old book of all the inspiration of Loewe from the past, present, and future. It's a crazy prized possession, and I really, even though it is a book, I don't let very many people touch it. And they also give you these cute little Loewe sticky notes to sticky note your favorite inspiration from it. This is our main bathroom. It's really nothing crazy. We did the same thing with the towel rack to match and with the sink, but other than that, it's basically the same. We did leave the seat up there. We have a really cute piece of art from Nick's friend above the toilet, and we also have our granddaddy cactus. This was the first one that we bought together, and it was probably like this tall, and then it has grown all the way up, and hopefully it just keeps growing and it doesn't die. Now to the last room of the house, which is the most unique, I guess, in terms of people's livelihoods in apartments. No, most people don't have this, but when we moved in, we wanted a space that we could be creative, and it has blown us away with the possibilities that we've been able to do in here. And this is now where we film most of our YouTube videos, and shoot photos, especially in quarantine. Anything that was on a backdrop was shot in here. We've had brands come shoot in here. I've shot for brands in here. Nicholas has shot for a ton of brands in here. It's really, I don't know. It's amazing. Yeah, it's such an amazing and it's inspiring space, and we can slide these shut, and then you can be in your own little area. It's really cool that you can kind of like have your own space. This is our other closet. We had to split up the tops and the bottoms, basically, of clothing. But so these are all of our t-shirts. We don't really like to throw a lot of things away. Marie Kondo is not my thing, but I like to I love to keep pulling from things, and I'll wear something I've had for 6 or 7 years still. So I try to make sure that I give everything a permanent home whenever I'm accepting something, and that's usually what I do. And then if I don't, I usually like to donate. We just got these cool bikes in from Linus Bikes. We've taken them out, what, like 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, we've probably ridden like 50 miles in 2 days.
It's been an amazing way to get out of the house during quarantine. And then these big old guys turn into what our backdrops are. We installed this big system for all of the backdrops. And so you can pull them down, replace them, pull them up, do whatever you really want to do. And it's just so easy. We used to have to set up all these stands, and it was just annoying.
Oh, it was crazy.
It was so annoying.
We actually get so much more work done now.
Literally, because we can literally just pull it down, pull it up. It's super easy. We got these massive industrial barrels to hold all of our lighting. You can show them in here. We've collected a ton of lighting over the past, and then a bunch of backdrops as well. One of my favorite parts of like living in an industrial house is having these cool industrial windows. Like, I just think that it's so cool to have like this little pulley system, and you hook it right in here, and that's what keeps it open.
So cute.
I mean, it's not as cool when you get like some flies and things that decide they want to come make a home and not pay rent, but whatever. To finish off, we have our desk, and this is where we'll do a lot of editing, or anytime we want to just like step away from the house and just have our own little area that we can just look out while we work. This is where we come. And we just purchased this Epson film scanner, so we can now start shooting a ton in film, which we've wanted to do so much. And now we can scan it into our computer, and we don't have to pay someone to do it, which is great. All right, guys, well, that is our apartment tour. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you loved it. We absolutely are so in love with our space, and so I hope that it was everything that you guys wanted and more. Do you want to say bye? Do you want to say bye? Are you just like, no, put me down. Bye, guys. And we will see you in the next one.